Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here. We're starting the afternoon taping with a little liquid encouragement of a Starbucks. Thank you so much for all of you that have sent me the cards. This drink is on you and you and you. Mwah. Love it. Love it. Okay, we have Scrappiness is Happiness, and then I'm just going to run through a bunch of other stuff. So we're just going to have fun, a little quilt chat. It's been just things that I've been working on, and because I'm working on a lot of different things, that's what we'll be seeing. So let's first do Scrappiness is Happiness. The block this week is small, so that's nice. If you are doing this and need a little catch-up week, this is it, because it is an easy block. So let's take a look. This week it is a fairly small block, and it also is one that I don't want it to float on the background, which means I'm not going to use any of the background fabric. It'll use other fabrics. And in the books, Scrappiness is Happiness, I believe it is just the next block, which is called the checkerboard block. And I'll show you the quilt here. So the quilt has two size checkerboards, the bigger and the smaller, but the bigger is not big. It's small and much smaller. Here's a close-up where you can see the blocks. It really looks nice on that navy, don't you think? I really like it on the navy. That would be a fun, scrap buster, totally, which is what the book is all about, showing you individual blocks and then how you can put them into a full quilt. So for me, this is a 9 patch, so I have a simple little 9 patch, which I do not want to use my background fabric. So what are my options? Okay, not that. So up there's a lot of white already, and that big square is a lot of white. Let's just do this. Let's just go over and look at that quilt a minute. Here they all are so far, and you can see how I'm floating things, like the bee floats, the apple floats, the flowers, the mushrooms, but there's no background for this big block. And this is a big block of white. That's what I was mentioning, this big block of white. And then that star is floating. So I didn't use a different background. Now if I put this up here and put some white in it, I would be okay with that. There is another big block here that's a basket, and I think that will float on the blue background out here. So I won't have a chunk of white. But maybe these groupings will have some white. And then I still have a block here, here, here. We still have these things that'll fill in. So this is along sew along, so it has a lot of blocks to try. That's a quilt book is full of blocks. So okay, let's go and decide on the fabric. So I am wanting to keep the 9 patch coloration, but let me show you the blocks in the book. Let me just come in close. This one has all different fabrics in each square. Yellow, red, orange, whether that's light yellow, and turquoise. So each block is different. The consistent color is the background. But I'm not going to do that background like that because of my quilt's layout, and being that the sampler and we're just doing one, I don't want to color it like this. I don't want that floating. I would rather have a regular 9 patch in mine. And there is a lot of white up there, but I'm thinking let's just look at a couple of options of fabric. So I haven't used this, but I pulled it out and I really like it. So I'm not sure. That's white. But if I'm going to use some yellow, I've got the chickens. Now I did discover that the chickens are actually up there in the block, kind of the big star, each petal, each star point rather, is a different fabric. But this would be cute to do chickens. I could do just a 2-color, or I could do chickens and something else, and a little bit of white in the middle. You could take a turquoise. What if you did a turquoise center, and then did white as the background, and then yellow as the top, or a yellow center and turquoise and white, which would then go against the blue. See, these two fabrics would go against the blue. I could do yellow and turquoise block. I could make a white center. Yeah, I don't want a yellow and turquoise block. I don't want the turquoise against here. At least not this one. What if I did a light turquoise? There. Those are really pretty. Make a yellow chicken in the middle. So this would be the most of the 9 patch, and then put one little yellow chicken in the middle. Okay, let's do that. See how it looks. So here is one option, but I could switch it so that the white is in the other spot. Do you do that? I mean, is this overthinking? Does it make a difference? I think it does. I think it does, because now this plus kind of jumps out. And then I'll show you what it would look like if you didn't do a yellow, if you just did there. See those? Yeah. And then what happens, I kind of like it with the yellow, just to add another little spark in there. And I like it with the white on the outside. Didn't I tell you it was easy? How much easier can a 9 patch be? So here's what I ended up with, all sewn, as you can see. The chickens are really cute. So now I do have them in 2 blocks. That star up there, that one has one of the points is that chicken fabric. So I'd forgotten that when I was talking about it the other day. So another thing for today is, it is Strawberry Day. So if you made a strawberry quilt, show that today. This is Just Add Shortcake. That's the name of the pattern. My buddy Wendy Shepard designed this pattern, and we did it as a sew along. There are a few kits left. So as you're watching this is made with my birdsong fabric. So if you are wanting a kit, you better pick it up. So link is in the description box and at my website today for Strawberry Day. And I had that one strawberry block. Where is it? Hold on. So I did a single strawberry and I was hanging that. This is super cute. If you were looking for like a door banner, this would be cute to do, or like a table runner. You could do a couple of these, or do them long ways, like 2 this way and then 2 the other way. So darling. But this hung in the back wall here for a bit, but I switched out for the spool now. So that's what's over there. Okay, I had a mail call, and this is a funny one. Well, funny to me. Probably it's not funny. The thing isn't funny, but our ambassador Lylene sent me a color copy of The Stronger Together, so I could have a color copy of it. Mwah! Thank you so much, Lylene. Now, the funny part is that Mr. Greg has not decided to research a color printer lately, and he told me I could tell you this because. Do you live with a person sometimes who is a bit stubborn? Yes, he is being a bit stubborn. He doesn't feel like researching it. We have had color printers for 30 years, for personal and then our business. We've had big industrial printers, all kinds of things. And so we're very, very familiar with them and what you need to do to keep them going. And we just don't do as much printing right now anymore, and not as much. I don't need them in color usually, but this is one that would have been really nice to have a color copy of it. Because I spent a lot of time looking at the computer when I was sewing this one. So anyways, I just thought it would be, I'd just tell you that little funny behind the scenes as to why I don't have a color printer yet. Someday it will happen. So I don't know when. Don't hold your breath. Do not hold your breath. This is one that might be a while. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot to put the pictures of me holding the quilt up on Skyline Drive. So here are the pictures. It was very windy when we were up there on most of the time. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try to take a picture anyway. So we had these a little series of me attempting to get the spool quilt picture taken up on Skyline Drive with a beautiful background. So maybe another day when it's not so windy. Okay, I want to show you the Harrisonburg block, that green block from the Harrisonburg, the Virginia Quilt Museum, Quilt Along, and I'm going to put it into a pillow, and I'm going to do the borders now, get those on. So let's take a look. I'm going to take the Harrisonburg block. This is our Virginia Quilt Museum project. I mentioned the other day I wanted to make it into a pillow, so I went out and got the pillow off of the chair so I know which one it'll go on and what size I need. So this, at first I thought, well, I would just put, let's get the fabric. This is my sleepover fabric. At first I thought, well, I would just make a border like this. And then I thought, I don't really, I think I want white. I think I want white around it first. So let's take a look at that, because I don't know, it just feels like it needs to float a little bit on the white. Make it not very much, just maybe a little, half an inch around, and then the green. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. So for this pillow, I will just I will remove it and then measure what this pillow is, just the size of this, and add a half an inch or a little bit more, and then I will just quilt it with the wave stitch like I did this one, and make the backing. So like this one, I made the backing the same as the dot in here. They're the same. I like that because you kind of see that edge, when it's sitting on the, sitting on here, you see the backing. So I like them. I really do like them to be the same. So I'm pretty sure I have enough of this, and I will double check that before I cut to be sure I have enough. But it'll probably be about 1.5 inches out here, like a half an inch white and maybe 1.5 inches of the light green. And then, this will be so pretty, don't you think? So pretty. Here it is with the borders on. That turned out really good. It's about an 18-inch finished, so I think it'll be perfect. So I'll do the wave stitch across here. I'll get that set up so that one night I can just zip that out, and I'll go ahead and get the backing cut beforehand so that I have it. And when I finish the top, I will back it, I'll layer it with batting, and then just a piece of white, solid white, so that yeah, that'll look good. So if you can see what that looks like in here, so that when I'm putting pillows in here, there's like a white. My pillow is losing its stuffing though. Look at that. I was like, what is that fuzzy in there? Holy cow. My pillow is losing its stuffing. What is going on with that? There must be a little hole somewhere. I will have to investigate where there's a hole that is coming out. Oh, the things we have to do. The things we have to do. Okay. So this is on its way to being a pillow. It feels good to get that done because I've been moving that block around the space in here for days now, and I have the blue version and I'm still moving it around, so I need to stop doing that. That one I'm going to send down to the Virginia Quilt Museum so they can hang it in their little gift shop. They can hang the block in the gift shop along with the pattern so you can see it made up. So I think I'm just going to package it as a single block. It's a little easier for them to just, tack it up there and hang it. So I'm going to do that. Now the upcoming, it'll be in about 2 months or so. We're going to do the quilt. We're actually going to do this cover quilt from this fat quarter style book in my new porch swing fabric. So I wanted to just talk to you about this book and show you just how wonderful it is. It is one of the published books by the Fat Quarter Shop. They publish their own books. And so that's what this is. And they put a lot of great detail into their books. So it'll have like the fabric requirements for crib, lap, twin, and queen, and then all of the cutting. And they also do, see the diagram there? They do that diagram for cutting the fat quarter because everything here is with fat quarters. And so they've got that every time with this. And then they show you the quilt as it's done up in the 4 sizes so you can get a feel. The one we will be doing will be the lap size. But here are some of the other quilts in the book. It is look at that. Look how fun that is. It is a fantastic quilt. I love, love, love these flowers. And then you can see, like, you wouldn't have to, there's all the diagrams, of course, but you wouldn't have to make, everything doesn't have to be king size quilt. So you could do like it in a crib size, which would be cute for as a wall hanging of this one, don't you think? Darling, so darling. It is beautiful on navy. Another one on navy. I'm on that kick today. Here is this is really cool. So it's like 2 shades of the same fabric. So it gives that illusion like a open box. Very cool quilt. And there's another, what's it called? Cricket. Fun one to do. Another, this looks like got a sort of retro fabrics in it. This is really pretty. Look how pretty that is. And all these done with a fat quarter. Fat quarter bundles are fabulous. Love them. And then what is this one here? Let's see. Oh, it's another big flower. There we go. You can see that. So I wanted to show it to you, show you the book. And we will be doing the Starlet. And in the next day or so, I will make a block up in these two fabrics from Porch Swing so that you can see what it looks like. It's just a neat quilt. And it'll be fun to do a sew along with a single, that block. It's an easy block, so be fun to do. Okay, our last thing is goals, because I didn't do that on Saturday. I just didn't feel like it because they're not good. My goals weren't good. So I had my goals for February of my binding goals, and like zero, the big fat egg got done. So my decision is, do I use the same list? Yes. And try for March? Yes. Do I try to do all of these in March? No. I'm going to try for 2 of them. 2 in March. And if I get 2 of them done in March, I will be so happy. I will be so thrilled. There's 5 on this list. What was I thinking? Yeah, so I will for March try to get 2. That'll be my goal. Smaller goal, same list, because these are the top ones that I want to have finished. Nothing else has come about that I need to get finished sooner. So that will be my goal. Okay, so heavy sigh when you don't meet your goals, right? Heavy sigh. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have been super ambitious the day I wrote that. I'm being much more realistic today. That's the key. Be realistic. So you're going to show me your strawberry quilts today. I hope that if you didn't pick this kit up to do it in my birdsong fabric, you will go ahead and do that. And then we have, where is the block? Oh, here it is. Oh, Scrappiness is Happiness, our very easy block. That makes a cool quilt, doesn't it? Don't you like that quilt? Oh, and did you notice that I have a trailer on the end of my video now? I have new video editing software that I'm using, which makes it easier to do a few other fun things. I am learning it though, so that's the downside. So if there's anything that's like the pictures are not like where they're like weird position or something, bear with me while I figure out the editing process. It's a little different, but I'll get there. So enjoy the trailer, the little jingle at the end. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.